Hello there, this is James Scott, year 1978, and how can anyone claim to be saving children from the clutches of satanic child traffickers and abusers by supporting an admitted sexual abuser who has also been accused of child rape? As I've already explained at length in pretty much every video I've ever uploaded on this channel, as a direct result of the fact that they concoct, believe and spread these myths and conspiracy theories for the sole purpose of rationalising and legitimising the conceit that they are the good guys and the defenders of puppies and Christmas from the evil leftist feminazi SJW horde, instead of simply admitting that, hey, your existence threatens our self-serving sense of privilege, entitlement and emotional comfort, so we're going to continue oppressing and demonising you until we feel better, which, sadly for you, will be never, because that's how a martyr complex works. Regressive and reactionary anti-activists, the culture warriors secretly funded by right-wing think tanks and the most evil corporations on the planet, who spend their entire lives fighting to ensure that the rights, humanity and equality of the other are never recognised or protected, always pretend that they are either defending the true people, meaning themselves and the people who they like and support, or defending the most innocent and vulnerable in society from the evil and inferior degenerate horde and their cabal of manipulators and enablers who make up the elite, and who, in spite of being the degenerate and inferior minority, are also at the same time the dominant and all-powerful majority who secretly control the entire world. From the KKK and its supporters claiming that lynching was a vital deterrent necessary to protect the flower of white womanhood from violation by the savage rampaging African beast, to anti-abortionists claiming that they're fighting to end the horrific genocide against the unborn, homophobes claiming to be protecting women and children from predatory lesbians and gay men, and the sexualization of children, because of course same-sex attraction, as they call it, is just filthy, immoral animal lust, not love, romance, or the basis of a relationship, and our society doesn't sexualize and ram the heterosexual norm, ideal, and standard down children's throats from the moment that they're born. And more recently as well, from Islamophobes raging against Muslimic rape gangs and grooming gangs and the politically correct conspiracy to cover up their crimes, while apparently not giving a flying fig about the overwhelming majority of rape, grooming and child abuse committed in majority white countries by non-Muslim white men, including Catholic priests and the vast global conspiracy to cover up their crimes, to the transphobes who've now put a new spin on the old gay panic boogeyman by claiming that they're protecting women, girls, and the concept of biological sex from men pretending to be women, evil men who dress as women in order to rape little girls, and accusing trans rights activists of sexualizing children and ramming gender nonconformity down their throats, as if imposing gender conformity isn't even more ubiquitous and begun even before the children are born. All reactionary and regressive anti-activists seek to convince others that they are the good guys, or at the very least muddy the waters, confusing the issue so that well-intentioned but ignorant and self-serving cowards, or moderate centrists as they prefer to be known, will feel even more suspicious of and threatened by what we know as the left, with, of course, the left being literally anyone and anything that threatens the self-serving sense of privilege, entitlement and emotional comfort upon which the rest of the so-called political spectrum is based. Needless to say, then, the one false accusation guaranteed to do more damage than any other, worse than socialist, racist, misandrist, Nazi and anti-Semite combined, is paedophile. And as the video from which I've taken the following clip explains, as the QAnon conspiracy continues to spread online with, no different from Islamophobes, fascists, white supremacists, and other reactionary and regressive how dare you call us bigots, using save the children and save our children as rallying cries not to actually protect anyone, but to attack and destroy anything even remotely liberal or progressive, while preemptively accusing anyone who questions them of child rape. We have to be prepared for the possibility that even if Trump and the Republicans are wiped out in November, in the future, everything from defund the police to opposing deregulation will be condemned as part of the evil global leftist paedophile conspiracy.
In the coming months, there will be more people, especially black ones, falling into QAnon conspiracies, ignoring that the internet cult's declaration to save the children was born in racist Nazi chat rooms. I can't predict exactly how this will play out in politics, but I expect it to embolden more black conservatives to push regressive economic policies that benefit the wealthy, while they act like anybody against doing so are at best wet-ass pussy sex work is work deviants, or at worst, pedophiles and traffickers of children. They won't address how their calls for business deregulations and rounding up undocumented citizens worsens sex trafficking and contributes to the even more common condition of labor trafficking. They'll blame the gays and the whores and the liberals. And going back to that thing I just said about Democrat candidates not calling for abolishing the police, you can bet your fucking bottom dollar that the moment they do, Republicans who hate Black Lives Matter protesters and QAnon adherents who believe Democrats endorse pedophilia will swarm. Centrists, easily won over by misinformation and conspiracies, God, that's a lot of people, will join the Republicans in droves. In short, expect the sexual abuse of children, often ignored or excused in familial settings or religious groups like Mormons, the Amish, and evangelicals, to become another tool of the culture war that lends to the power of the conservative right.